So I expect Libra to launch, but Facebook to not be a part of it, but still to exercise huge influence in it.
So taking a look at Libra and what it means for the future of the blockchain and cryptocurrency industry. Now, Tom, this is a topic that you'll be discussing during the AIBC Summit, and I want to get your opinion on what Libra and what Facebook's doing means for the cryptocurrency and blockchain space as a whole.
I think what Libra's done is it's drawn a huge amount of attention to the positive attributes of a digital token or of a digital currency, and has made it very clear what those capabilities are. And I think if you didn't have Libra, you wouldn't see Xi Jinping discuss the importance of blockchain. You wouldn't see the EU talking about the importance of a digital currency. So it's really woken up everybody around the world as to how important this whole space is. And that's a terrific benefit to everyone in the space. However, the way what Libra is actually set up and how it actually could be implemented would be incredibly dangerous in a variety of ways and could give rise to unprecedented power in the hands of one company.
And let's just focus on that a little bit more. So is it that in a decentralized world, this would be something which could potentially be very centralized? Is that the main concern that you have with Libra?
It's less that from a technical side. I think you'd see most people in the blockchain space criticizing Libra by saying it's not really a currency, it's not decentralized, the technology is not innovative, the governance model is a copy of Hedera, but it's flawed and it's centralized as well. So all that's true. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about the Libra currency. To get there, you contribute dollars, euros, whatever it is. That sits in the Libra reserve. If every Facebook user put in $450, that'd be $1.5 trillion in the Libra reserve. That'd be as big as JP Morgan's balance sheet. That could be used to influence countries' policies. Facebook's biggest base of users is India. India does not allow cryptocurrency. If Libra had this chest about 1.5 billion, it could buy all the debt of India for years. And then would India allow Libra? Probably. Would they allow competing currencies? Maybe not.
So it sounds like it has the potential to really shift the power status quo as we know it.
Correct. You could end up having the largest buyer of government bonds be an entity which had no real regulatory oversight. And that would be a very unusual and frankly dangerous development for governments globally, I think.
And we have seen regulators in the United States in particular really kind of come up and try and acknowledge and potentially even confront Libra for the work that they're doing. Do we think regulators understand the full potential of what Libra is looking to bring to market here?
I think the initial focus was on privacy. And on that point, I think people worried about having that financial transactions shared with Facebook. That's not the point. The point is sharing, once you have your Calibra wallet, Facebook sharing your data with Calibra to be a better transaction mechanism for selling you more financial products. So the initial point was privacy. Second order has been some of this concentration of power and competing with the US currency. But again, that was about competing a Libra versus a dollar, not thinking about the Libra reserve in particular, which I think is what this all really boils down to.
So going on from this now, if we look beyond into the future and how the industry might shape up, are you expecting Libra to be something that does make it into market? Are you hoping that it doesn't? What's your stance now?
So I think that, what I think is actually interesting, I think that Libra has a good chance of launching, but doing it without Facebook. And I don't think Facebook cares. So I think Libra will launch, Facebook will not be a part of it, but because of the Calibra wallet, Facebook will launch the wallet, Libra will launch, there'll be different separate companies, but they're still incredibly dependent on each other. So I expect Libra to launch, but Facebook to not be a part of it, but still to exercise huge influence in it.
And we have noticed as well that we have seen some of the large corporations and the large brands that were associated with Libra at the beginning actually pull out in recent months. Is that because you think they're being held up by regulation? Is there an issue that actually people are starting to understand, or maybe they have a conception of what Libra has the potential to do?
It's exactly right. I think governments just instinctively don't want any competition, which you can understand. That could be good or bad. You can take whatever qualitative judgment you want on it, but just a fact. And the ones who left are the most vulnerable because they're the most regulated ones. The ones remaining are not that vulnerable to regulation. A quarter of them are venture capital firms, purely interested in this for the financial return. I think the remaining companies, and when it launches, will be smaller firms that are more interested in a economics of this than anything else, and I think that will, frankly, allow it to launch. I think you'll see very few regulated entities be a part of it.
We'll have to wait and see. Thank you so much for shedding some insight onto that. It was an absolute pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much, Tom.
Great, thank you very much. Good to be here.
Thank you. That's all for myself and Tom. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the topic. Share your thoughts in the comments below.